Live from the Dr. Jerry Henderson Radio Complex, it's time for Card Guys. And now, here's your host, Anthony Schulte.
Good morning. Thank you, Michael, for the intro as always. And welcome to Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk, Season 3, Episode 15. Coming up today, the Pistons have been pistoning. The Lions have a huge divisional game against the Packers, and we preview that matchup. And we make our Week 9 NFL picks. I'm Anthony Schulte, and joining me, as always, is my man, Ryan Donnelly.
We have an extremely fun show for you guys.
We do.
Oh, man, I've been looking forward to this show for a little bit. So,
you've only had a day to look forward to it.
Exactly. we have lots of fun stuff we're going to do for you guys on the show, and hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah. And right next to me, Mr. Michael Rosenkranz.
The second warm day in a row, gentlemen.
I hate
It's another warm day. Ryan, I know you do.
I woke up this morning, and I look at my phone, because I wake up and I look at my phone to, see what clothes I got to get out before I head to the bathroom and take a shower, right? And I'm like, all right, what's the temperature? Why is it 69 degrees outside right now? It's going to be 80 today. It's 69 as the low?
Today.
Okay.
It's going to be hot today. This is one of the most highly anticipated shows I've been waiting for this season.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, no, what happened with the chair? There we go.
Trying to raise it.
There we go. But it's going to be a fun show, y'all. Can't wait to take y'all with us today.
It is going to be a fun show. Let's start off with our 3 stars. Michael, kick us off today, shall you?
All right, so my third star is going to be Domantas Sabonis.
Domas.
He had a double-double, 28 points, 11 rebounds with 4 assists for the Sacramento Kings. I know you're not a big Kings fan, Anthony, but a good performance overall by Domantas Sabonis. Second star is going to go to Yankees pitching. I was so high on the Dodgers yesterday, getting ready to see them sweep the Yankees. Yankees balled out yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Luis Gil, he gave up 4 runs in his 4 innings pitched, but his bullpen was able to back him up. They allowed only 1 more hit, 1 more walk, and struck out 7. That was a huge difference, and then with the offensive surge with Volpe hitting the grand slam and all that. So, good way for the Yankees to bounce back. They have another game tonight in the Bronx, the last one in the Bronx before they go back to L.A. And my first star is going to go to Anthony Edwards. He had 37 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists.
24 of them were in the first quarter.
Great performance. Yes, they were. 24 of those in the first quarter. Fantastic overall performance from Anthony Edwards. He continues to shine for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Future face of the NBA, I'm calling it. He is a special talent.
He sure
Love
is.
myself some Anthony Edwards, doing us Anthony's proud.
Yes.
Ryan, what do you got for your 3 stars?
All right, so my third star is Mr. Unlimited Russell Wilson.
So what, okay, when you said this, I wasn't going to say anything. What in the heck led you to making Russell Wilson a star?
Because I got him in fantasy. Because I fleeced you in fantasy.
You gave me Darnold and McDonald's.
Russell Wilson is a steal.
I think I'm the one that fleeced.
No. We'll see.
Well, let's leave it down in the comments. Who won the trade?
I won the trade.
Received Sam Darnold and a free McDonald's meal, and he received Mr. Unlimited Russell Wilson. Who won? Let us know down below.
He had a pretty good game.
What are his stats?
Yeah, 20 for 28, 278 yards, 1 touchdown, 45 QBR, 114 quarterback rating. That's not
mediocre.
Mediocre. Led them to the win against the Giants on Monday.
Jared Goff.
My second star. My second star is another struggling player. There's not many. He took all the stars. So.
You got to be quicker in the group chat. When you see something happen, you got to take them.
Well, I was going to take Freddie Freeman, but I was like, you know what? I had him last episode, so why?
Did.
So here's another mediocre player, and we play him today, Tyrese Maxey. Who
you just called Nah. This guy.
I'm not.
This guy just called Tyrese Maxey mediocre.
I'm.
He's the best player on the Sixers.
Well, I call him mediocre because we're playing him today. I just don't. I'm struggling this morning. Sunday, 45 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. He looked pretty good. Hopefully,
mediocre.
Mediocre at best. And then And then here's a performer, Nikola Jokic is my first star. Wow, I am on a roll today. He actually had 2 pretty good games in a row. On Monday, he
A
had
little 2-for-1 special?
a little 2-for-1, 40 points. On Monday, 40 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, one steal, a double-double. And then last night, he had a triple-double, 29 points, 18 rebounds, 16 assists, and a block. Pretty good stuff from Nikola Jokic. That is my 3 stars.
There are your 3 stars. We'll quickly hit mine. My 3 stars. Third, Freddie Freeman. 4 straight games with a home run. He hit one yesterday. The only sign of life from Los Angeles. Freddie Freeman, so good he prompted a text from my father about Freddie Freeman, a non-Pistons player, non-Lions player. Incredible, right? He's been great. My second star, Paolo Banchero. The first 50-point game in the Amway Center or Amway Arena or Kia Center, whatever you want to call it.
That's the Amway Center.
Well, it's technically the Kia Center.
I call it the Amway Center.
It's good. That's what it's called. They just changed the naming rights. But he has the first 50-point game in that arena since Sadiq Bey.
Oh, my gosh.
Back in 2021-22. He had 51 points in that game, and no, he had 50. He had 50 in that game, just 50 even, and first 50-point game in that arena since Sadiq Bey. Had to mention that. Paolo Banchero, incredible performance against the Pacers, and they beat the Pacers, which Tyrese Halliburton said on NXT that he'd boo if he was a Magic fan too, and well, look who won. Anyways, my first star, Anthony Volpe. Another Anthony making the program.
He's a talent.
Are you done? Are you done over there?
I'm done, yeah.
Okay. Anthony Volpe, grand slam to really set the Yankees over the top, really set the momentum for the Yankees. If the Yankees make a comeback in this series and this thing's going back to L.A., thank Anthony Volpe for that because he injected life into this team. So Anthony Volpe is my first star. Wanted to kick off the show special today, you could say.
Do you now?
The Detroit Pistons.
Buckle up, folks.
Get your popcorn out.
Get
What
your
I
popcorn.
saw in Miami, this is disgusting what I'm watching. We are 0-4. We should be undefeated. Number one, this team. Kate addressed it. He's been the main catalyst for them most of the time. Turnovers. Value the possession. Value your possessions. These careless turnovers, it looks like they don't want to be there. Every single game, it looks like they don't want to be there. If they showed an ounce of care, an ounce of hustle, well, granted, there is some hustle, but you're turning the ball over at a very, very, very high rate. That is what's losing you ball games. Take care of the ball, value the possession. That should be the one thing they're working on in practice. And if JB is not addressing that, that is on him, and that is an internal error in the coaching staff. 2, we're missing layups. Layups at the red. Tobias Harris. What are your exact stats? I just want to take a look-see here. Take a little look-see at our $27 million man. Let's take a look.
Tobias
in 37
Harris
minutes.
is averaging 10 points per game.
Woo-hoo!
Get ready for this, folks. We're putting up Asar Thompson numbers, 17% from 3.
Disgusting. 0 for 3 against the Heat. 0 for 5 against the Celtics. Hasn't made a three-pointer in 5 days. He was 4 for 11 from the field against the Heat, all of which were mid-range contested jumpers, which he seems to take at a high clip. You've got the Celtics. Oh, he only scored 8 points in 31 minutes. Oh, but you might say he got 10 rebounds. He got 11 rebounds. Yeah, because he's getting all of the bricks from everybody else. Tim Hardaway Jr., I'll give you a pass for the Heat game. But against the Celtics and the Cavaliers, what were you doing? Building houses. It seems like whenever we sign veterans, they just seem to forget how to play basketball. Because why? Why would we remember how to play basketball when you're wearing a Detroit Pistons uniform? Cade can't do this all by himself. Are you telling me that Tobias Harris, we just signed him for $27 million, he has one good preseason game, and ever since then, he has stunk it up. Missing open shots, missing clutch shots, airballing crunch time threes. How do you overshoot a corner 3? It's the easiest shot in the game, a corner three. You might not have the backboard, but it's the closest three. It's the highest amount of points from the closest you can shoot. And we're airballing in the NBA. You're not Asar Thompson. You're not Ron Holland. You're Tobias Harris. 14 years in the NBA, over 900 career games played now, and it looks like you've played 2 games the way your shot selection, your basketball IQ, it's not there. Prove me wrong, but so far this season, you are that of a washed, soggy, moldy waffle. That is what you are. You are a soggy, moldy waffle to start this season. I'm done with you for now, Tobias. Tim Hardaway Jr., Timmy, as we call him, in reference to South Park, because Tim Hardaway Jr. sucks. Sorry, he's bad. Mavericks fans tried to warn us, and guess what? We didn't oblige, because we were, Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be good. He was kind of decent against the Pacers. He was good against the Heat, I'll give him that. But those 2 games sandwiched in between, he was god-awful. And let me tell you something. I know a bad basketball player when I see it. Tim Hardaway Jr. is not good anymore. That's just the facts. It's just the facts. He'll have the occasional good game, but again, I want these players to prove me wrong. I want to look back at this, and I want to look like an idiot because I want to be a good team. But as of right now, these players just don't look good. They just don't look good. Jaden Ivey looks great. Jalen Duren looks great. Cade Cunningham looks great. Ron Holland, what the heck are you doing? What is his offense? It's like he's a liability whenever he's out there on the offensive end. And why does his defense look shaky? We drafted him for defense. Why does it look shaky? That's something that needs to be addressed. Against the Heat, his defense looked a little subpar. We have come close in every single game. We have been within single digits in the fourth quarter in every single game. Against the Celtics, you had a 6-point lead. A 6-point lead in the fourth quarter. Want to know what lost you the game? Bad shots, missed shots, and more significantly and importantly, turnovers. Value the possession. Box out. We're giving up too many rebounds. We need to close out these games. We are right there. We're at the tip of the iceberg. We are right there with the Detroit Pistons. They are right there. Almost beating the Celtics, almost beating the Heat, almost beating the Pacers, almost beating the Cavs. These are all Eastern Conference playoff teams. And we're almost there. But as always, we fall short. And this is where J.B. Bickerstaff, this is where you earn your money. Cade, this is where you prove you're a leader. We need to go into Philadelphia tonight, into Wells Fargo Center. And we need to not only beat the Sixers, but beat them by at least 5 points. At least 5.
Impossible.
It's not impossible. It's possible. They're without Paul George. They're without Joel Embiid today. You need to go in and get your first win of the season. You have come close in all of these games. You have had a day of practice. There's no back-to-backs as recently. Our last back-to-back was Friday, Saturday. So you've had, after Monday's game, you had yesterday's practice. If it wasn't hammered home, the things that we need to fix to win these games, their turnovers, the bad shot selection, the lack of confidence, the lack of energy, if those aren't addressed and fixed in practice, at least addressed, J.B. Bickerstaff can only do so much, right? You can't control the players. You're not playing 2K, right? Mm-hmm. As long as he did what he needed to do in practice as a coach to fix this stuff, he's doing his job. But let's hope he did. We're going to see tonight. Will the Pistons hold on to a lead? Will the Pistons value their possessions? Will the Pistons make their open shots? Will the Pistons make smart shots? Take smart shots. That is what will win you a game. The Detroit Pistons would be 4-0 if we were to just cut down our turnovers by 5. Each game. 5. We'd be 4-0.
Sort of doesn't help that Cade has 23 turnovers in 4 games.
He's on pace to score have 400 turnovers by the end of the year.
That is not ideal.
By the all-time NBA record, too. James Harden was 464.
No, I think he has 478.
That's what Cade's on pace for. That's what Cade's on pace for. James Harden is 464. So Cade's on pace to be on the wrong side of history. Yes, he did.
He addressed it.
Look,
I know this rant, it went a little long. It was a little loud, but I've been a fan of this team since I've been coherent. I've watched every game, as has been mentioned on the show many times, for the better part of more than half a decade. it gets to a point where it's just anger because you know what needs to happen. You've watched incompetent ownership, incompetent coaching, and incompetent players for the better half of half a decade. Mm-hmm. And we're starting 0-4. But what makes it sting even more is that we were right there. We were right there against the Heat. We were right there against the Celtics. We were right there against the Pacers. I think we lose that Cavs game, to be honest, either way. I just think they had our number that game. It was their home opener. So be it. You're going to lose games in the NBA, especially when you only won 14 the previous season. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to instantly make a contender. You're going to go through these growing pains. Fair enough. Prove me wrong tonight. Let's see Tobias have a good game. Let's see THJ have a good game. I want us to turn it around. Tonight is the opportunity. You have a great opportunity in front of you. Still a formidable foe in the Sixers without George and Embiid, but I wouldn't say easy enough, but winnable enough game for you to go in there and get the upset. Get that win and start building on that. Again, you're not going to build a winner. These fans are saying same old Pistons, same old Pistons. Look, it's not. If you watch the games, you can tell who doesn't watch the games and who watches the games. You really can. You have a chance tonight against the 76ers. You have a chance. You got to take advantage of that chance and prove me wrong. And actually win a ball game. Because it seems almost impossible at this point. I'm done.
I'll say this, and there's a point that you didn't hit that I feel like is pretty important, is that we play 50%. 50% basketball.
Oh, yeah, we only play two quarters.
We play a really good second, and
really good third.
It feels like the Pistons are a third quarter team. Because you look at Tim Hardaway in the third quarter, 100%.
And the third quarter is the most important quarter in all of sports.
Which, yeah, I mean, I think JB preaches that in practice.
Sets you up for the fourth.
Yeah. And in the fourth, we just were cold.
And we set ourselves up for the fourth. Mm-hmm. We set ourselves up. Mm-hmm. We go into the fourth with the lead.
And guess
what?
And
then we crumble it away like a crumble cookie. Tobias.
I think I would trade Tobias Harris for a crumble cookie.
Yes.
I know it's 5 games into the year, and I will trade Tobias Harris for an insomnia cookie. I will trade it for one of those tiny little Girl Scout cookies. I will trade Tobias
Harris. Tag-along or a...
My favorite's actually s'mores.
S'mores?
They have a s'mores cookie. Anyways.
Are those Samoas? Yeah,
no.
I love a good Samoa.
No, Girl Scout... Never mind. Listen. Our shooters on Monday were cold. To quote Malik Beasley, one game doesn't define me, shooters shoot. I agree with that.
He had a bad game.
He had a bad game. I mean, shooters have bad nights. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. But if you want to win games, you have to play what I call, and when I become if you CMU students, if you need a head coach for your intramural basketball tournament, call me. I will be glad. I will take time out of my day to coach you to victory. You got to play 100% basketball, 100%. If you got to play a full 4 quarters, I don't want to say like 0 turnovers, got to shoot 100%. No. You got to play the best basketball 100% of the time, not 50% of the time. When we do film sessions for my team, we're going to look at this Pistons team.
You are taking my ideas.
Because I like your
this. Okay. I said this after the Pistons game.
I will take your... I'm not going to take it. I'm going to borrow it.
You are plagiarizing.
And I'm glad to plagiarize because you had a good idea. We're going to look back at this Pistons team, and I'm going to tell them what not to do. Because what this Pistons team does is making me lose my basketball mind. This Pistons team wants me to basically...
Explode?
Yeah. I will say this. If we lose tonight, a close game, so be it. If we lose on Friday against the Knicks, so be it.
They're struggling, too.
I will make an assumption if we don't beat the Nets. If we don't beat the Nets,
well, the Nets have been pretty
Sunday,
good this season so far.
The Nets,
Cam Johnson, not Cam Johnson.
Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas, yeah. They have two Cams, Cam and Cam. Johnson
Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson.
Yeah, they played it close against the Nuggets. They're 1-3, but they've been pretty good from what I've seen at least. They lost it in overtime against the Nuggets. They beat the Nets they beat the Bucks by double digits.
I am not. I apologize for my performance, folks. Listen, I feel like now we might be the worst team in the NBA.
No, the Wizards. The Wizards.
Oh yeah. The Wizards.
We could take solace this season, and the Wizards are worse than us.
Okay, if we don't beat the Wizards, then I will say the season's a wash. But this team could be so good if we play.
Oh, the Wizards won a game.
And we haven't. Well, I will say I'll give this Pistons team a little bit of benefit of the doubt.
They beat the Hawks.
We have played the most games so far this NBA season, and
against the best teams.
Against like six of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. This first 6 games, all these teams made the playoffs.
And then we have the Lakers.
And then we play the Lakers. And then we get to this easy schedule of the Hornets, the Rockets, the Raptors, and the Wizards. We're building chemistry, and I'm going to take another point. We're building chemistry through these really tough games, and when we play like the Hornets and the Wizards, we'll click.
I mean, it's a new coaching staff, so you got to. This is Ivy, Duran, and Cade's third coaching staff in 3 years.
Well, for Cade, it's 4.
Well, yeah,
for Duran and Ivy, it's their.
I know, but I lumped Cade in there because he's also had 3 different regimes in the last 3 years. When you have 3 different coaches, 3 different regimes in 3 years, that you can't build anything off that. Because at the start of each season, this happened. You're learning a new coaching style. You're learning a new playbook, and you're also trying to build chemistry with your new veterans. And that's what's happening right now. And that's what needs to happen. We could start off this season 0-4, and we could still have a good season to the Pistons standards. Still have a good season. It's still possible. It's still out there. It's not out of the realm of possibility because we're building the chemistry and we're learning the system. We got to learn.
And also a thing I really wanted to see at the beginning of the season is improvements. And I will say this, I'll admit it, improvements have been made.
Oh, this team looks so much better than last year's.
This puts Monty Williams' scheme to the dumpster. JB Bickerstaff, I don't want to say has fixed it, but has improved it a lot. Like, again, we got to move the ball a lot more, find the right shot. Again, I mentioned this on Monday's show. Kick the ball around, make that ball fly like it's nothing. Look at San Antonio; they got a same decent young team, and they're moving the ball very well. You got to take a look at all these other teams in the NBA and see, like, okay, how could we not like be like them, but how could we, improve based by looking at this team? Like I look at San Antonio. Young, fun team that moves the ball very well and plays very decent defense. Like, we play good defense, I'll give them that, but our defense looks way better. It's just got to play 100% basketball. That's all, 100%, not 50% like we've been playing the past 4 games. 100% basketball.
I went over to your dorm for the first time to watch the Pistons play the Heat, and the more and more I watch the lead just crumble away, it's just the more this team just brings you down, man. This team just, I don't know a better way to put it, but this team just brings you down. They don't perform. I'm worried about Cade. He's got 23 turnovers in 4 games.
He did start last season with a lot of turnovers too and fixed it. So.
Right. He needs to fix it soon. And what I'm kind of curious about is Cade is not really a point guard. I think you need to find somebody that's like a primary point guard for this team. Identify the primary point guard. Cade Cunningham can still be a secondary playmaker, but I think there's so much responsibility on Cade that it just gets to him in these games, and that's why he just, starts turning the ball over with these errant passes because, they're expecting him to do too much. Or I don't know if it's a front office issue or just, outlining standards they have for him? Because I feel like the front office just wants him to be like their version of LeBron James or something.
He's also, when he gets double teamed and he's trapped and nobody's coming to help and they take the ball from him, or he's getting double teamed and he has to make a pass like this and he doesn't know where it's going because he's getting double teamed, he's getting trapped. He can't help that. He also can't help the fact that he'll try to set a guy up and the guy isn't there in time, or the ball is placed where it needs to be, but the guy doesn't run the... I'd say maybe half his turnovers are just stupidity. I'd say you also have to give him credit for some of these turnovers aren't his fault. That's just how basketball works.
And it's the NBA. You're going to win some games, but it needs to happen sooner rather than later. You got a chance for Philly tonight. Not too confident with Philly. I'm not too confident with the Knicks. I could see maybe a win against the Nets. Possibly a win against the Nets. But after this first 8-game stretch, that's, I think, when you can finally start winning games. But this team just brings you down, and something needs to change, or it's going to be another repeat of last year.
Well, I mean, we come very close with all these teams. It's just, we got to, like Anthony said, we just got to close it out.
Yep.
That's all we got to do.
Don't take last year too.
Don't take stupid shots and don't turn the ball over when it matters. There were so many stupid turnovers in the fourth quarter on Monday, and it drove me insane. Like Jaden Ivey tried to pass, he was like double teamed in the corner and just threw it up, and they just had an easy 2 points. It was ridiculous. It made me lose my mind. Don't turn the ball over when it matters, and don't take stupid shots. If you want to get cold early. Don't get cold when the game is on the line and then you lose and you're down by 20 and then you fight for it too late. Fight all game. Don't fight towards the end. This is just a life lesson. Don't fight 100% of the time. It just drives me insane. This team is making me want to not like basketball.
I think that's done it to a lot of people in Michigan. So, that's it for this depressing topic of the Pistons. Or is it? We have a new segment, folks.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Welcome to the Coach's Corner.
He's passionate. He's dedicated. And he bleeds red, white, and blue. It's time for the Coach's Corner with Anthony.
We are here for the Coach's Corner, kind of a new segment here on Card Guys, kind of just made on the fly in our last episode. So here, let's move this.
Here.
Move this back.
Let's
here.
move the chair.
We are in line now.
Because we're going to need a little bit of room for this.
All right, so actually, we'll do boxing out first.
Call this a mismatch, folks. Just look at the height comparison. Call this a mismatch.
You might not even be able to see me on the camera. All right, so we have two subjects today. We have layup lines and boxing out. Something the Pistons struggle with immensely the last couple seasons, boxing out. So here's a quick little tutorial on boxing out. So let's say the hoop is right here. Let's say a shot goes up, right? We're looking at a shot just going up right over there. Mm-hmm. So what you want to do, you want to find a man. Find a man. Please, for the life of me, put your body on someone. How many times do we watch this Pistons team and they kind of just turn around like this, expecting the ball to just come, right here. No, someone's going to go around you, going to get in front of you, and do what I'm about to do right here. So what you're going to do, you're going to find a man kind of like this, all right? You're going to kind of put your arm on him, and then you're going to kind of line up your body with his, and you're going to throw his ass into him. And, I cussed on accident. My apologies. You're going to throw your butt into him like this, and you're going to box him out. You're going to take away his body, and then you're going to jump. You're going to jump and get the rebound. You're going to eliminate him from being able to get the rebound. If they go over you, that is an over-the-back foul. That's a foul. They call it, hopefully, Tony Brothers. And you get the ball, easy. That's a box out. Layup lines, Michael. Thank you for your services. It's time for layup lines now, folks. It's quite simple. This is how you make a layup. Tobias Harris, I'm talking to you. You're going to go up to the rim. It's right here. And you go up like this. You're going to lift whatever arm you're shooting with, whether you're on the left side, right side.
Imagine your shooting arm is a string.
Yes. and you're lifting
up your
you're
string.
lifting your leg up with it. So you're going up.
Thank you, Dad.
Like this. Whatever arm you're shooting with, you're going to bring your leg up with it. You're going to use the little square that's on the backboard. There's a square, all right? There's a square on the backboard.
Tobias.
You use that because if you hit the square, it's usually going in. And you go like this with the ball. Like, here you go again. Like that. That is how you make a layup. Now, Tobias Harris struggles with that. The team seems to struggle with that too. You want to make your layups. Obviously, if there's contact, you might miss, but there wasn't contact on a few of them. So that is the coach's corner.
He's passionate. He's dedicated. And he bleeds red, white, and blue. It's time for the Coach's Corner with Anthony.
It's so sad that this is fundamental basketball
Right.
of boxing out and making layups, and this team does not do it.
Yep,
It's
welcome
so
to Detroit
sad.
basketball. So that is the coach's corner. We will clean up our language for the next one. We will clean up our language for the next one. But after the break, we're going to talk some football. We're going to talk some pigskin. We got Lions. There's some news with Jamison Williams we got to cover. And there's NFL. We have our picks. We have our Lions preview. You're watching Card Guys Detroit Sports Talk. Stay right here. Sports cards, signed jerseys, signed helmets, and more. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for all things the hobby. Make sure to check them out down Mission Street in Mount Pleasant, right past Meyer. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles. Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Join Michael Rosenkranz,
Sports take precedence over academics.
I agree, but
Ryan Donnelly,
Corbin Burns, who is their big ticket J13 item. Scooble is with us. Scooble's our big ticket
Did
J1.
you just call Tarek Scooble James? And Anthony Schulte.
I have an issue.
You have.
There is no break. It's a constant grind. It's an unbreakable cycle.
Yeah, it's
As they navigate through the Detroit sports landscape. Live Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 a.m. on 101.1 The Beat in Mount Pleasant and at 11 a.m. on YouTube. Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Welcome back, Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Ryan Donnelly, Michael Rosenkranz, Anthony Schulte here with you live from Central Michigan University. We have some football to talk about, gentlemen.
a more brighter subject.
Yes. The Detroit Lions, an actual winning and competent franchise, they play a football game on Sunday. Got slated to the America's Game of the Week with Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady on the call. We got the Packers in Lambeau, a classic matchup and a tough matchup. The Packers are one of the best teams in the NFL. The Lions are the best team in the NFL. Any given Sunday, it could be anybody's game. You can't fully expect a Lions win here just from a logical football standpoint because of how good the Packers are. So we have a game to talk about, but there's a looming subject overhead. And that is Jamison Williams.
This makes me extremely mad.
When he first told me this yesterday, I thought this was some fake Twitter account, right? No, it was WXYZ. So Jamison Williams was stopped. He was stopped on the side of the road by some police officers. I don't know exactly what for. And they found two items that you probably shouldn't have in a car. They were licensed and registered. You probably know what they are. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I could say them live on air. But I think it was that he didn't have a permit for one of his. I could be wrong. Didn't have a permit for one of his, and now, from what I saw, there is a warrant out for his arrest, or something along those lines. Again, what I read could have been completely fabricated. I read it on Twitter. I probably shouldn't go off Twitter, but he also said to a cop, "Bro, I'm Jamison Williams. Bro, I play for the Lions."
You don't say that.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
But they let him. This was back on October 8th. They let him go. They didn't arrest him, but this is a problem now.
Yes.
This is another problem with Jameson Williams. How many times are we gonna give him how many times? I don't even know what I'm saying. It's so irritating.
That was your third strike, JMO. Your third strike. First the gambling, then the PEDs, and now whatever the heck you did on October 8th. This makes
still
me
don't have full details.
We don't have everything yet, but this makes me so frustrated. You are in the NFL. You are a football player. You should be disciplined. It's ridiculous. It makes me so mad. Listen, when you got drafted from Alabama, I was so excited. You don't understand. I was jumping for joy. You are a stud in college. And I'm going to be honest, you sort of impressed me. It's your discipline. It's the way you can't run on short routes. It makes me so frustrated that you can go for a deep ball, but when you have to take a slant, you can't do it. That also makes me mad. That's the most simple route in football you can't do because you dropped the pass. Our first drop pass was you. And I'm going to be honest, it's the NFL. People drop passes. But you need to perform on the field and then off the field, and you're not doing that.
Ryan, so Michael just found this here. Where is it again? Detroit police have submitted a warrant to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office who will decide if carrying a registered pistol in a car without a concealed pistol's license is worth a charge. So this is all up in the air right now. It's all up in the air. There is a warrant out.
No matter what.
And they're going to figure out if it's worth a charge or not. And
no
that's
matter
going
what,
to determine what happens.
No matter what. You're in the NFL. No matter what, you cannot keep that in your car. You can't.
I mean, if you have the CPL, you can, but he didn't. So that's where the problem lies.
That's the problem.
You can't have it in there if you don't have CPL. That's enough on this JMO situation.
Yeah, let's talk actual football.
It's like either way, you have the world by the you know what. Mm-hmm. Do the thing that's right.
Don't pull an Anthony and actually say the word.
Don't say the word. That'll go down in Card Guys lore. But don't do stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. You're making all this money. The spotlight's on you all the time. And this is his third run-in with doing stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No team
immaturity at its finest.
He just ruined his career.
I digress.
Nobody wants him.
It depends on if he's not charged and nothing comes of it, then throw it out the wayside. Honestly, if nothing comes from this and there's not, and there's not enough, they don't warrant a charge for it, and he's in no legal trouble, then who are we to base anything off of it? If they deem that it's not worth a charge, then just throw it in the past, and you know what? Keep it going.
I hope that's the case.
In my opinion, that's at least what I will do. But I mean, it's really hard. It's tough to see such a good on-field talent and
ruin
a young man mess up like this potentially. If they deem it's worth a charge, I think that's the big looming thing. Is it going to be deemed worth a charge? They said it's going to take up to 30 days to find out. So we have 30 days to find out. He's probably going to play a couple games in that span. So until there's something official, go JMO. I'm still rooting for him. I'm still going to be a fan of his. But because you can't judge anything off something that hasn't happened. You can't say that he did something bad if it's not been, charged as something bad.
I hope
at least in my opinion.
That lieutenant too that arrested him, you have to separate yourself as a fan from the team.
Yeah. I'm
completely
pretty sure he was a Lions fan.
Unprofessional. Mm-hmm. That can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the perception that you're giving, you're treating someone different in the community.
Yeah.
And you're separating themselves, Athletes are not above the law.
No.
Police officers are not above the law.
No. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's enough.
I digress. Enough on that. Let's talk some football.
The Lions play a game on Sunday. It's a big game against the Packers. What are we looking for in this one before we hit NFL?
Matt LaFleur did say earlier this week that JMO. I don't like you. I'm on a roll, and not in a good way. 8:06 in the morning.
It's a rough one for all of us.
It's been a rough couple days, but Matt LaFleur did say that Jordan Love, has a chance to play on Sunday. He's been hurt practically all year. Hopefully he doesn't play, and hopefully we get Malik Willis. But still, they win games under Malik Willis. Just gotta give better pressure. I feel like our really only big problem is without Hutch, we can't pressure that well. Hopefully we can pressure pretty well, especially that Packers O-line is pretty good. I hope we get pressure on Jordan Love, which, I mean, we've done all year. But without Hutch, it's been a little struggle the past couple weeks. This isn't the Titans. This is the Packers. Let's just play competitive football. And if we lose, we're second in the division, I think. Mm-hmm. But let's just go out there and we have all the momentum coming from that Tennessee game. Let's go out and win. I mean, there's not really much analysis I could say.
You got to give it. It's
going to be momentum on both sides.
Yeah. You got to just go in.
Practice do what
hard
you've been doing all year.
Do what you've been doing and play your game. Go with your game plan. Trust in your coaches. Trust in your system, your scheme, and just play football. Whatever happens, happens. You have the great thing about divisional games, you have another crack at them when you're playing the first one. So if you lose the first one, guess what? You have a little revenge game later in the season in our house.
We are on a 2-game win streak at Lambeau.
We are. Hopefully that can
stay.
But you got to play your game plan. You have to, I will be happy if I see fight from this team and we keep it close. And it's a good game. I'm not going to be happy if we lose, obviously. It's the Packers. I hate the Packers. But I will be content if it's a good game. Mm-hmm. If it's a good game, I mean, that's all. As an NFL fan, as a fan of a team, all you can ask for is a fighting chance at the end of the game. If you can have a possession with less than 5 minutes left to go and win the game or defend your lead in the game, that's all you can really ask for, isn't it? As a fan?
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
That's all I'm asking for. Compete. Play your game. You know you're the better team. You know you have more talent. You know you have the better talent. You know you have the better coaches, the better scheme. Just trust in that. Don't overthink it. Trust in that.
Yep.
No doubt. Lions are going to be riddled with a little bit of injuries. Josh Pascal's questionable. Malcolm Rodriguez is still doubtful. He's actually expected to miss Sunday's matchup against Green Bay. And Packers are riddled with a little bit of injuries as well. They have one of their best corners in Jair Alexander, questionable as of now, just sort of taking a look
Ballantyne
at him really quick. Ballantyne is questionable. Quay Walker is questionable.
If all three of them don't play, the offense...
But Rashawn Gary might play. Hail to the victors. Sorry.
Rashawn Gary is solid, and they did testing on Jair Alexander's knee on Monday, and it did not reveal any significant concerns, so they'll monitor him. I would not be surprised if Jair Alexander plays. He's an elite corner. Jordan Love is another big question with his groin strain.
If we see Quay Walker, Ballantyne, Alexander, and Love all not play, there's no excuse to lose.
Yep.
Agreed. Packers have a good offense. I mean, they're a top 10 team in passing offense. They're a top 4 team.
Oh, yeah.
They're a top 5 team in rushing offense.
They're a top 5 team in this NFL.
They're a top 5 team in this NFL. Do not take them for granted. You never take any team for granted.
Nope. Any given
in the
Sunday.
NFL.
Look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs almost lost to the Raiders. Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. Stuff can happen. Don't go into this game overconfident. Lions have had their struggles at Lambeau. Play your game like you know how to play. Win the game on Sunday. This is a divisional game. You already won one against the Vikings. If you can get up 2 divisional games in the NFC North, you're sitting pretty good right now. But you got to play some good, disciplined football. And I'm worried about the penalties because they've been a factor all season. Tennessee didn't get too many, which was good. Tennessee didn't get too many. But keep the penalties to a minimum. Play some good, disciplined football. Trust in the talent. Trust in your coaching staff. Win the game.
There it is. So the Lions, they play against the Packers Sunday, 4:25, Fox, America's Game of the Week. I'm a little nervous for the game, but it's going to be. It's nervous excitement. I'm excited for this game. Let's get into our Week 9 NFL picks and preview. It is already Week 9 in the NFL season.
Crazy.
And we have a Halloween matchup on the docket for
Halfway
tomorrow
through the
night.
NFL season.
We are halfway through the NFL season. It's Texans, Jets, Halloween football. The Texans are the underdogs. And ladies and gentlemen, the Anthony Schulte upset of the week. The odds makers are saying it, so I'm taking it. Houston Texans over the Jets. It seems weird. They are the underdogs, though. So I'm taking the Texans. They're the underdogs.
Yeah.
By rule, that counts. Give me the Texans as the Anthony Schulte upset of the week.
By rule, I mean we made it up.
It is our show.
It is our show. So,
Who are you going with?
New York is due. Very much due. The
That's
Texans.
probably why the Texans are
Texans are the underdog because Nico Collins is not going to play, and Stephon Diggs just tore his ACL, so he's out for the whole year. Which kind of hurts Houston because he's also going to be a free agent next year. So I'm going to go with Houston. They still got Tank Dell, they still got Joe Mixon. Yeah, Texans.
I'm going to go Texans here. Jets are washed, and more than the Jets are washed, Aaron Rodgers is washed. They're due for a win. It's not going to be against the Texans, though.
Correct, I agree. So we're all going Texans there for that one on Thursday night's football. Cowboys and Falcons. Finally, the Cowboys aren't playing in prime time. Hallelujah, it's a miracle. But the Jets are, so.
And the Chiefs.
So you got Cowboys, Falcons. Give me my Dirty Birds. I want my Falcons in this one.
I'm going to go with the Falcons, too, and I just like seeing the pictures every week of Jerry Jones looking sad from his perch up in Dallas. I don't know why, but as a Lions fan, after that demolishing of Dallas, you're sort of used to seeing Jerry Jones looking sad watching his team blow a tire every week. And
Blow a tire is the perfect way to describe that team.
I want that to keep up. Give me the Falcons.
Go with your Dirty Birds. Go Falcons.
Go Falcons. All right. Dolphins and Bills. The Dolphins look terrible. Give me the Bills. The Bills are one of the best teams.
What is going on in Miami? They need a better quarterback room.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Tua is the same. We got Bengals. We got the Raiders. Give me the Bengals. And Cody Rhodes at quarterback there.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Give me the Bengals to beat the Raiders.
Yeah, we're going to go Bengals here. They're massive favorites over the Raiders. Joe Burrow's going to get a win here.
What's going on?
Cody Rhodes is playing in that game.
Cody Rhodes is playing in the game.
Whoa!
There you go.
My father
little WWE reference in the morning.
All right.
Sorry, Cody Rhodes is playing a football game on Sunday. We got Chargers. We got Browns in our next one. I'm going with the Chargers. I don't know, though.
See, this is tough. This could be my upset. Just kidding. Give me Jim Harbaugh.
There it is.
There it is.
Never pick against Jim Harbaugh, folks. Go Chargers.
This one is interesting, to say the least. You have two teams that are sort of near the bottom half in running game. Browns' defense has been historically pretty solid. But Browns, I don't think, are that good of a team. Even though they're at home, I think the Chargers are going to spoil a homecoming for the Browns. I'm going to go Chargers here.
All right. We got Patriots. We got Titans.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
This was going to be my upset of the week. I'm going with the Patriots over the Titans. The Patriots, I don't know. These two teams
Both
suck.
of these two teams are awful.
They both suck. But, the Titans, they have a really good defense. I don't know.
You know what? Give me... This is tough.
This one's tough.
Screw it. Give me the Titans.
Just because both teams are bad. I'm going to go Titans. Defense is going to win them the game.
Oh, you guys are convincing me now. You guys are convincing me now.
Listen, that defense
Do whatever your heart desires, Anthony.
Let's take a look. How's L'Jarius Sneed?
Is he going to play?
Let's see. L'Jarius Sneed, he is currently questionable. 1 day ago, he was questionable. He last played 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago against the Colts. I don't know. He hasn't played since week 5. So it's still questionable. I think he still could be out. But still, that Titans defense is pretty solid. Top 3 defense in the NFL.
And hey, if they could make the first 2 defensive stands followed up by the offensive drives that they made against the Lions.
I switched to the Titans. Go Titans. Next game we have Washington Commanders, New York Giants. Give me the Commanders. Commanders. All right, we got Saints. We got Panthers.
No.
I'm going to go with the Saints. The Saints are due. I feel like the Saints are the team this week that are going to prove that they're due. And they're going to win this one. They're going to get back in the win column. I don't know if Derek Carr is playing, but give me the Saints. The Panthers look terrible, and they just lost one of their only weapons. And Deontay Johnson to a team that's coming up right after this.
Yes.
Saints.
Yes. Seeing from 1 day ago, Derek Carr is expected to return in Week 9.
All right, give me
so
the
there
Saints.
is some optimism for Derek Carr to return. I'm going with the Saints here. Panthers are a dumpster fire, and they're probably going to go to 1-8.
And the aforementioned Deontay Johnson is going to the Ravens, who play the Broncos. Give me the Ravens. I like the Broncos. I like what they've been doing. I think they're a pretty decent team, but the Ravens, coming off that loss last week against the Browns, they're going to be angry. I think it's not even going to be really particularly close, especially with their new little fun friend, Deontay Johnson. Give me the Ravens.
No brainer here. Give me the Ravens.
Both teams are not that bad this season, but you got the Ravens at home. Give me the Ravens.
All right, we got Cardinals and Bears.
Oh, no.
Now, this was going to be my upset of the week, too.
Another tough one.
Actually, there's no upset of the week. They're both negative. Wow, that's so weird. They're both.
Give me the Cardinals at home.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals.
Oh, no, that's
Oh,
tough.
but Call of Duty just came out.
Oh, Bears. I forgot. Black Ops 6 did come out this weekend. Or this past week. You know what? Because of that, Kyler Murray's probably been focused more on his KOD rather than
KOD.
his
Katie?
KD. Yeah, that's KOD is Bianca Belair's finisher. KD is Call of Duty. My bad, mixed it up. I think Kyler Murray's more focused on his KD rather than winning a football game. So go Bears.
I'm going to go with the Bears here. Kyler Murray's going to be entrenched in his gaming console.
Plus, Caleb Williams is going to be my starting quarterback for this week because Russell Wilson's
Fair
on a bye.
enough.
Caleb Williams is your starting fantasy quarterback. Yikers. All right, we got Eagles and Jaguars. I'm taking the Eagles.
ELGSEL Eagles.
This is Eagles.
That video is priceless.
That video is fantastic.
Fire Doug Peterson. Please.
All right, we got Lions. We got Packers. I'm going with the Lions. I always pick the Lions.
Lions.
Shout out Nick Bennett on Sports Central, but I know that we may get along on Sports Central, but in terms of teams we root for, we not close. He's a Packers fan.
I see.
So he has mutual disrespect for the Lions, and we're gonna show him up this week.
Hopefully. We got the Rams and Seahawks. No? All right, I'm going Seahawks in this one. I'm going Seahawks.
Wow. I thought that was going to be your upset, dude.
What is it? Okay.
Just scanning the list of games, this is tough. Seahawks are at home. Give me the Seahawks.
The Rams, they have Puka.
They do.
They have Cup as of now.
Cup could be gone in the next.
The Rams looked good last week.
In the next 4 days.
This is a tough one.
It really depends. If they have Cup, they have Cup right now. I'm going to switch to the Rams.
See,
if they have Cup on Sunday, they win. If they don't have Cup on Sunday, they lose.
Again, I think this could be a game that could be switched day of, 100%. If Cup isn't gone, like you said, if Cup isn't gone by Sunday, I might go with the Rams, but for now, I'm going with the Seahawks. They played decent football against the Bills.
Looking
What?
at
Decent football.
What game did you watch?
Ladies and gentlemen, I quit.
Hey, it's not as bad as cussing on the show, my friend. It's not that bad.
Sean McVay, he talked about the LA Rams trading candidates. They were not named Cooper Kupp. So
All right, I'm going
I wouldn't
Rams.
imagine
Then
Cooper
Rams.
Kupp's going to go.
going
I'm switching to the Rams.
Yeah.
Seahawks are at home. Lumen is a very tough environment to play in, but
Again, that could get switched day of.
it could get switched day of. We'll keep y'all posted.
All right, next we have the Colts and the Vikings.
Ladies and
There it
gentlemen,
There it
the
is.
Ryan Donnelly upset of the week. Give me the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson is benched. Ha, 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 ha. Joe Flacco is starting. The Vikings are crumbling. Give me the Colts. Let's go.
Joe Flacco making his return?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
And guess-
insane to
And when
think
Joe
about.
Flacco had his one start, guess what they did? They won.
I'm still going with the Vikings.
Go Colts.
I'm going to go with the Vikings, but I am actually really excited to watch this game to see what Joe Flacco can do.
Oh, yeah, Sunday Night Football, too. It's going to be a good one. And then we have Buccaneers. We have Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs and 37 points.
Give me the
as
Taylor
my
Swift
total.
fighting Taylor Swifts, and I'm gonna. Excuse me. I'm gonna say 40.
All right.
This is going to be the Kansas City fighting Taylor Swifts at Arrowhead. We are going to go 35 points, and with that, as of now, my picks are tentatively locked.
So are mine.
Moderately locked.
All right, well, we struggled through it. We all made mistakes today, but that's
got
the
there.
program for today. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with us today. It's Card Guys Season 3, Episode 15 on 101.1 The Beat and YouTube. Stay tuned for Monday's program, where we reprise the Lions and Week 9 in the NFL. We go over it, see what happens. How do we do on our picks? Find out on Monday. For my good buddies, Ryan Donnelly and Michael Rosenkranz, I'm Anthony Schulte saying, so long, everybody.
Love you, Mom and Dad. By the next episode, it'll be Christmas time.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Love you, Mom, Dad, Jason, Eric. I will be home tomorrow. Can't wait to see you guys.